Yes, good morning. We are back on another edition of This Morning here on QTV. I am Ibrahim Abalde. Thanks for joining us wherever you're watching us from. We're broadcasting at our studios along Kairaba Avenue, and this is This Morning. The program is sponsored by Opticalia. They're located at Tropic Shopping Center. They specialize on ears, throat, nose, and eyes. Go and visit them now. And I'm joined by Julde Njai. Njai Jata, Gaine Njai. You are welcome.
Gaine Njai, Dakaru Njai, Banjulu Njai.
Banjulu Njai, Boon Njai, Gaine Njai.
Njai, Jel Jerejef, good morning, Balde. Good morning to our wonderful viewers, wherever you're watching us from. We are back to yet another edition of This Morning program, live here on QTV. And like he said, I am Julde Njai, Boon Njai, Gaine Njai.
Exactly. And we have our newspaper review guest already with us in the, Mr. Mocha, Blazer Lala.
Tabana, ore
Yo,
guy.
do ko baye halay. Baye ñuko. Blazer Lala, good morning.
Yes.
Nakam, I'm glad to be here. Cheers. Really.
It's good to have you here, though.
I like being here.
Yes. So on the program today, we'll be looking at the African proverb. As you know, it's among the favorite parts of this program. It's among the favorite segment of this program. And we'll also be talking to, well, the newspaper review after the African proverb. Then we'll talk to Alaji Seidi Barrow, an author. You know, he just published a book called The Dictator in Us, My Truth Commission Journey. So what we'll do, he'll be in the studio and we'll be talking about this book. I mean, why that title, it's important for us to know. And we'll also have Boubacar Cham, Secretary General from Tabital Pulago International. You know, we have 2 Tabital Pulagos in this country. It will be important for them to come. We ask them why the two names, these names are similar. Why? So they'll be here. They organized a yearly program in Brikama Bar, and we'll be talking about that. Then we'll be looking at Sports World. From there, then the click segment with Churchill Balde. Then, you know, we'll close the program. But I think the program would be very interesting. I'm seeing very interesting headlines on the newspaper. So, Julde, let's start with the African proverb.
The African proverb this morning is a diamond doesn't lose value due to lack of admiration. Interesting one there. Mr. Bush.
It doesn't lose value due to lack of admiration.
Yeah, its value is within itself. Whether one recognizes it or not, that is your problem. That's the base, really. You have your value within you, and it is not determined by what others see or not. Whether a diamond is admired or not, it's still a diamond. It's expensive.
Well, I think it's important. You know, Balma Olofalco, so
Okay.
that will be. Madam, nakalanyo oye diamond si Olof, sir, Julde? Do you know? Mr. Mboj, how do they call a diamond? Moy urus.
Urus.
Well, not
Wow.
really.
Urus la? How do they call it
no,
in Wolof?
I think Urus is more general.
Jama.
But more specifically, diamond, I have a suspicion that
Wow, nañ
it doesn't exist.
nañ ne diamond rek. Because
Okay,
soo ne
move on.
diamond, ñëpp xam nañ luy diamond.
Diamond.
Actually.
Wow, madam, it will not, like, it doesn't lose its value. You know, it's telling you, man, dama ko jël bu nekkee in the aspect of self-respect. Comme nit da nga war a am self-respect, no matter what happened, no matter what situation you find yourself. You have to make sure you maintain that level of self-respect. Do not lose yourself in the process. Otherwise, xam nga da nga devalue yourself to an extent, you know. Olof Njai mu ne ku min sa wax yabla. So it's important for you to maintain that. You know, how ma naka Julde, what can you say about this? I mean, I don't know.
I think you guys have said it all. Lolen wax rek la. It's about, like you said, self-respect. It's about the value in you, like Mr. Mboj mentioned earlier. No matter like what people perceive of you, no matter what people think of you, your value as an individual, it's your value. Nobody can take away what is truly yours, what truly belongs to you, no matter how much a particular individual hates you. What is yours, it's yours. It's unique, it's you. Nobody can take that away from you. And I think it's very important. Another context of these also can be, sometimes people do not know what they have until they lose it. Come Bobu no, like that proverb. Like you have someone, an asset, for instance, you know, someone is so valuable, someone can contribute so much towards your progress, towards your institution or whatsoever you're into. But because you don't value that individual, the individual ends up going, and that is the time you realize that, oh, had I known, I would have taken a very good care of these individuals. So like, you don't know the value of the person, but it is within the person, but you don't take the time to exactly know what the person has within him or herself.
It depends on the person to maintain that value. I mean, because people don't recognize your value, doesn't mean you also have to devalue yourself.
No,
I think it's important for you to
Exactly.
maintain that.
Yeah.
For another person to see, I mean, how valuable the diamond is, for them to purchase it at a very higher price.
Exactly,
You
no
know,
matter
so
what.
we are talking about, you know, maintaining self-respect for yourself here, Mr. Butch. You want to add something on that?
Not really. Self-respect, value, absolutely. It's just that these are wonderful platitudes. In the end, they become platitudes. Wonderful saying. But we realize that there are so many of us, we need to be admired. That's a very interesting thing about human beings. So maybe this sort of proverbs, that's good for them to realize that my quality, my value, maybe it's something that I cultivate myself. It doesn't depend on what somebody else says. Yet, that sort of thing matters to us so much. You know what I mean? So when we discuss these proverbs, let's put it in context of
I'm afraid
the messy lives.
You'll have to go on. You will have to take a break now. You know, and we have to be time conscious on this program. So let's just take a short break. We'll be back from the break. Then we'll go straight to the newspaper review. We'll be back.
Thalia is a leading European brand which is now in the Gambia. Are you looking for glasses? Then you have come to the right place. As a first step, we will perform an eye exam to ensure we prescribe the correct lenses for you. After that, you can select a frame of your choice. We have a variety of brands in stock, and you will definitely find yours. You can have the full package of frame plus lenses starting from $990 up to more for the most fashionable options. Once you find a frame you like, your lenses will immediately be edged by our lab technician. Within 30 minutes, you will be able to leave with your prescription glasses and a huge smile on your face. How amazing is that? Visit us at the Tropic Shopping Center near Senegambia from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day of the week, or call us on 503-4411 or 7767-123.
Yes, we are back, and you are watching QTV this morning. We'll go straight to the newspaper review. Julde, what do we have there?
I have the Foroyaa newspaper and
yes, exactly, the Foroyaa newspaper. All right, please, can you take us through the headline of the Foroyaa newspaper?
The headlines on the Foroyaa newspaper this morning is the difficult lives of border villages in Fonyi, and Court of Appeal affirms death sentence of Yang Toure, that is Yankuba Toure, and Wajak launches brand and adopts new constitution, and Sena Mumbai opens defense in her manslaughter trial. You have Supreme Court rules in favor of Kanifing Municipal Council, and courts grants 34 Bakau residents bail. And on the editorial, it's democracy is best defended through the separation of powers. Finally, the question of the day is, why are farmers hesitating to sell their groundnut crops? These are the main headlines on the Foroyaa newspaper.
Okay, all right, that's interesting. But now let's just proceed. Gambia Court of Appeal dismisses Toure's reappeal death sentence. Of course, Mr. Mboj, you are welcome on the program once again. But let's first take a look at this. I mean, it's a headline. Normally, for me, I am very careful when it comes to court matters because they are very sensitive. You need special people to do special research and reports on court cases. You understand? But Yankuba appeal. He sent an appeal. If you can remember, a year or so, he was sentenced to death by lawyer Jaite of the High Court. But now, of the Supreme Court rather. But now he sends an appeal, but it is dismissed.
Yes, I think lawyer Jaite, the judge of the High Court, I'm not sure if he's quite Supreme Court, and even this one went to the Court of Appeal. Before you get to the Supreme Court, you go to the Court of Appeal. And you are right, in journalism, especially when the case is on, there's something called restricted reporting. You gotta know how to do that. But now it seems as if they had reached judgment, they've given their ruling that his appeal has failed. It's just as simple as that. Of course, it was within his rights to appeal. He did, and he's not successful. So the murder sentence still stands, even though we understand that it's going to be commuted to life imprisonment. We don't do that. We put a moratorium on executions, on state executions. So it's that, and nothing else.
Well, I listened to a journalist. I mean, this journalist writes for the Foroyaa newspaper. I listened to him yesterday. He was at the court. He does most of this court reporting for Foroyaa newspaper. What he said, according to him, Yankuba Toure, now is ready to talk. When he came to the TRRC, he refused to talk. But now he is ready to talk to the court that when they were executing Koro Ceesay, he wasn't, part of it. He wasn't present at his apartment. So, the court said to him, look, these are things that you should have said at the police station. These are things that you should have said when you were first arrested. Not here. Now we are not taking this.
Judicial procedure is one thing. The other thing was a commission. Completely different processes. He had his chance. He blew it with his histrionics. Now the court process is entirely different. Whether now he wants to talk or not. Whilst he is in prison, he has to serve that sentence. Whilst he is in prison, still I think with the TRRC, they haven't completely disbanded. I think there are still minimal structures in place because there are certain processes, certain aspects of their work that's bound to continue, isn't it? If he wants to talk, I think he should be provided a platform. But that is entirely different. But that's perhaps it will be because of his own conscience. It's about his own morality. But as far as the law goes, you serve your sentence. Two different processes here.
So do you think that this is the end for young Toure as far as this case is concerned, or does he have any other avenue to appeal against the Court of Appeal's decision? Does he still stand a chance?
Perhaps to many legal experts, they might say no, but I think that it will be his right to appeal to the Supreme Court. There's still that Supreme Court to go. Yes, if he wants to go, he can go. That is really his right. There's no difficulty in that.
Yes, so let's take a look at tourism. Tourism diversification resilience project worth $68 million launched. We are launching. We're just launching. But where does this take us?
I do not know. Perhaps one would have thought that in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, one would radically rethink our whole notion, our whole tourism sector. How do we reform it post-COVID-19? What happened to it? Have we done our analysis, our diagnosis of what's been happening and what's the best way to go forward? There's money in there, but a lot of people will tell you there are certain investments. You need to get private sector in there. Government money maybe is better spent elsewhere. Economy, 25% of the economy from tourism. How sustainable is that in this world now? You know what I mean? Anything war or epidemics, pandemics, we've been told by experts that we'll be seeing these things fairly regularly. So how far would tourism change? You know, what are the risk factors? Should we go back to the drawing board? There are some people saying that these are some of the things that we should be doing before we come and spend whatever millions, yet you wouldn't see the outcomes you want to see.
Well, Mr. Boyd, I think for the tourism sector, we have a big problem, a huge problem. I mean, our tourism sector is not moving. We all know, we are all seeing, we are in this country. Nothing is working. All the things that we believe in will help our tourism sector in the Gambia. They are all not working. They are dilapidated. They are not. People are not interested to come to the Gambia because things are not working. Even though you will disagree, I believe. But I mean, it's not working. We all know. Let us don't just try to whitewash it. It's not working.
Nobody wants to whitewash, but again, you don't need to be sort of needlessly extreme. Depends on what the facts are. We have no idea the number of tourists we're going to have this year. I think in 2021, about 100,000. That's not much, we know that. Before COVID, didn't we get what, 250, 300,000, something like that. So, but this is it. How much, what's the impact of COVID-19 and all sorts of things? What's the impact in the war, even the war right now, on tourism? How much would it change people's habits, travel habits in the future? So there are lots of work that we need to do to know how to reposition this sector going forward. For me, that is really what my worry is. What would we have this year? Can we top 100,000? It will be interesting to see at the end of the tourist season the number of arrivals.
It's always the government are using the COVID-19 pandemic to the impact of it to the tourism sector, that it has really affected the tourism sector. But I now think that now there is a good news, Balde, about the COVID-19 issue. I just hope that now it will not be used as an excuse for the failure or the collapse in the Gambia's tourism sector.
Exactly. I mean, it also affects us in another way when you look at it. But I mean, despite all that, I think the structures will be put in place, the control mechanism, so that tourism moves. I mean, our country will depend on tourism. Obviously, if things are not done right, at the end of the time, where are we heading to? Groundnut is our cash crop of the Gambia. We export groundnut, but we are not exporting groundnut like people when the market. The international market, when they checked our groundnut, they said our groundnut is not fit to be consumed. So I think it's important for us to look at our tourism sector. And Julia, that reminds me, we need to check that thing out.
Yeah, it's from the government of the Gambia.
Oh, there's something.
Yeah, and it's talking about the lifting of COVID-19 pandemic emergency restrictions in consultation with the Special Cabinet Subcommittee on COVID-19. His Excellency President Adama Barrow has decided to lift all the COVID-19 public health emergency restrictions. Therefore, all arrivals in land borders, airports, and sea borders or seaports will no longer be required to present a negative PCR test or vaccination certificates for entry. So that's the latest update on the COVID-19 pandemic. Finally, you know, no one will need any negative COVID-19 test results or certificate to enter the country. It's now all the restrictions on COVID-19 are now lifted. Balde.
Yes, Mr. Mboj.
I wonder who's been observing these restrictions. We are merely formalizing what people have taken for granted, what people have been doing, you know, for a very long time.
And it's funny that nobody is talking about COVID-19 anymore.
It is as if...
It's only talked about, honestly, when something goes wrong. Maybe government will say it's because of COVID-19. That's the only time I hear people talk about COVID-19, when things goes wrong at the government level.
It's as if the pandemic is over. You know what I mean? And we know very well that it isn't. You just have to look at what's going on in China. It's extraordinary. No, it's not over. But just as we said earlier, people really never have any sense of fear with COVID, perhaps because of its low mortality rate. So we never really had any fear, unlike I remember around 2014, was it, when we talked about Ebola. We knew the high mortality rate of Ebola. Everybody was scared. So it's a completely different atmosphere. It's a sort of different take onto these two things. So people never really feared this COVID-19, I have to say.
And recently, just to add to that, I engaged Dr. Biteye, and he's told me that from September to date, I think Gambia only registered 2 COVID-19 cases, which is a good one for the country.
I have a suspicion that a lot of stuff would be underreported. You know how things are here. But all the same, in the end, same effect. For some reason, even overall, they realized that Africa got off lightly, relatively speaking, compared to other continents when it comes to the COVID-19, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the death rate so low. So there are a good number of factors, you know, that have sort of given us this situation, but we do not quite understand them. But I think experts, we are looking into it. Why so? Why this picture that we have, you know, Europe high, Africa low, and elsewhere? So we'll find out.
Absolutely, we'll find out. Let's see what will happen. Julia, we have a headline, very interesting.
Yes.
Farmers refuse to sell their groundnuts for or what?
Yeah, that is the question of the day. The Foroya newspaper is asking why farmers are hesitating to sell their groundnut.
Do they offer any answers, or is it just a question?
It's just a
left
question.
it there?
Yeah.
Well, for some of us, we'll ask, actually, is that true? How many of them? Has he done a survey? I wonder, because I have a suspicion that some might be selling, maybe others not, but why? So the way the question is framed, I have so many many questions. I want to unpack them.
We have a
questions.
tradition whereby the government will set up different circles throughout the country where people will come and sell their groundnuts. You understand? I can remember hosting the Groundnut Marketing Corporation 2 years ago in this studio here. They were buying a ton for something like $20,000 or $25,000. But now I am impressed when I saw the recent tariff where they buy groundnut. I mean, the recent price they are buying, I think it went up to $35,000 per ton. So I think some farmers might 32,000. Yeah, some farmers might be hesitant to sell their groundnut due to price. You understand? Because there was a time. Yeah. There was a time they said Senegal is paying a better price than the Gambia. So I think our people have learned. Now they are offering, except and until Senegal happens to pay a better price again. But I think 32,000, it's a good price per ton.
Yeah. And
as far as I'm aware,
the main reason why they are hesitant to sell their groundnut is because of the high cost of rice in this country. According to the Foroya, a bag of American rice is being sold at $1,750 to $1,850. So according to them, they're finding it very, very difficult to sustain themselves, you know, to feed their families. So that is why they would rather, you know, keep that to themselves than sell it because it is really expensive.
Yeah, so, well, that's essentially subsistence farming, isn't it? You take what you need to eat, and the surplus, you go and sell it, isn't it?
That is, if there is any, considering the price
happened
of
this year,
fertilizers.
Absolutely. And it's really, it's a problem for the whole world. We all know the circumstances, the reasons. But regarding the farmers taking their produce to Senegal, I suspect that every year, as far as I'm aware, I've been hearing about this for God knows how long. Every year is really the same. And what else do you expect? Yes, government will come with its price, but again, you will find some who will have better offers from Senegal, and they will try to go there and sell it. So how do we have a kind of mixed market where government will buy, but again, it's a market out there. Others will come with different prices, and people will want to take it there. It's just as simple as that.
We just hope that the new RISE initiative will really be a plus to the country. That is the Mohammed Jah RISE initiative, and of course the Maroon Farm RISE initiative will really help the country. Once these projects are rolled out public, it will really contribute towards the Gambia's food self-sufficiency.
What it will do is it will kickstart. We need something much bigger than that. As far as I'm aware, what we consume in rice, we only produce 17% or so. Can you imagine how much we have to go before we can be so-called rice self-sufficient? It's a long way.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Mboy, for coming on this platform. It's always good to have you here.
I like being here.
Yes. Yeah. All right, viewers, we'll take a short break. After the break, the program continues. We'll be back.
The World Cup is here. Enjoy the beautiful game of football with our Samsung Smart TV. Enjoy a massive discount on any Samsung TV purchased. We have sizes ranging from 32 to 85 inches, packed with an ever-evolving variety of content and features. The Samsung Smart TV also provides your favorite video on-demand services such as Netflix, Amazon, YouTube, music streaming services, and even various games and sports content to enjoy as you please. For more information, call us on 333 217, on WhatsApp 350-555-5, or visit our branch shops at the ground floor of QCell building or at the Bruceby turntable. This promo lasts till 30th December.
To make sure your company's products and services reach your potential customers, it is essential that you choose the right channel for your marketing purposes. QTV has the widest reach locally and beyond, and we can give your business the visibility it needs. Call QTV Marketing on +220 324 4444 or email us at marketing@qtv.gm and take your business to the world. QMoney is back again with its easy-to-use, secure and convenient mobile app that allows you to carry out all your transactions. No matter where you are or what time it is, you can always access your funds. With the new QMoney app, you can cash in and out, buy credit, buy QPower, shop, make payments, and so much more. You can also send QMoney, pay bills, receive international remittances, and transfer cash to others. Just download the app from your Play Store or App Store and get started. For more information, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Sinu Calpe. We innovate, others follow.
QMoney, the biggest mobile money service in the Gambia, has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now, you can link your QMoney wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your QMoney wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using QMoney Bank Link is the fastest, most secure, and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care on 133. QMoney, Sinu Calpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Yes, we are back. You are watching QTV this morning. I am Ibrahim Abalde, and if you miss anything discussed here, go to our social media handles. And you can also follow the repeat of this program at 12 midnight. Yes, Julia, we are back.
We are back. And yes, here with us is Alaji Seidi Barrow, who is the former Director of Research and Investigation at Gambia's Truth, Reconciliation and Reparations Commission. Mr. Seidi Barrow, good morning, and welcome to the program.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Thank you. So we will get straight to the talking points, which is The Dictator is Us. You are launching a book on the 16th of this month. Tell us, the title is really interesting, and many people are like, what is behind this title, The Dictator in Us?
Yes, so The Dictator is Us.
It's us, rather.
Is just basically saying that the dictatorship that existed here for 22 years did not happen out of a vacuum. As in a way, all of us of age contributed to it in some way, shape, or form. And essentially that accountability should not be limited to just focusing on a certain subset of individuals whom we hold responsible. And excuse the rest of society, meaning dictatorship doesn't just happen out of a vacuum. So it's all of us that could have done better.
Okay. So you mean like Gambian or dictatorship there? Are you who are you even referring to specifically? Ebe Jumala.
So Mamotu Koma, Nenyumbuko read, loyal, for instance, soldier role, civil servants role, business people, many are long, because coming member caring nung Bangkok at the time, Nimbe and Koma fele, basic who came all nunje, may along maybe market at that particular time. So Amamotu Koma, it's not specifically coming be mole norma, but it left them in coming be as Gambians, Mbe and Koma fele. Can make sure you make it known before and you can answer to correct. That's essentially.
All right, but I mean, Mr. Barrow, I mean, going through the headline of that book, like the main dictator in us on that book. I mean, but you know, it was difficult at that time for people to stand up and talk about. Although fine, there are people that talked about it. There are people that stood against it. But it was difficult at that time. Although there are people who were in for it, who created that dictator, but there are people who were not also in for it.
Correct.
So do you think it's appropriate to use that as dictator in us?
Yes.
I just want to know.
Yes, absolutely, because even if it is 3 people, I'm talking about that us. So of course I can.
Does that include you?
Yes, of course, myself. I would put up my hand that I could have done better. I would be the first one to put up my hand to say I could have done better by the people and their suffering. So when I say us, even if it is you and I alone, then it's us. It doesn't mean the whole country, because there were people that sacrificed their life. There were people that stood up, and you know, there were lawyers that sacrificed their careers. There were individuals that sacrificed their careers because of what was happening. So no, it doesn't mean, but for me, if you can even quantify what you've done for your country, it means you haven't done enough. So I don't look at it as this is what I have done. More is about this is what I could have done better, as opposed to just focusing on what I did before. I stood up, I did this or I did that. It's more about what I could have done better. So for me, that's the essence of it.
All right. Now let's take a look at some of the things that are mentioned in that book. What are the main things that are mentioned in that book that will make sure such a thing will not repeat itself in this country again? Yeah,
so there are over 20 chapters in the book. It's also somewhat almost like my journey towards within the TRRC. So it's interviewing witnesses, people that I have spoken to, and the challenges we faced at the TRRC. A lot of individuals, what they saw on TV is what they thought was the whole thing, or that's everything about the TRRC. There was a lot that was done that was never showed on TV. So it's thematically divided. So I covered different aspects of it, for instance, the witch hunt, the AIDS treatment, the presidential AIDS treatment. There is a chapter on November 11, and so on and so forth. There is how self-preservation, which is one of the issues you raised here, when we all want to preserve ourselves. You know, if something bad is happening to you and I stand and watch because I want to preserve myself, how I contribute to the evil that is being perpetuated on you as an individual and as a group or as a society at large. So I covered different aspects of things like that. But all the themes that we've dealt with at the TRRC, including sexual and gender-based violence, are all included in the book, and how some of those incidents have been perpetuated. How we, you know, in a way, in our own way, how we've pretty much encouraged or at least turned a blind eye to issues or incidents of sexual and gender-based violence because it didn't affect us directly.
Does that really include how you get witnesses to testify at the Truth Commission? Because at some point, it was so tense that people alleged that, you know, some of the witnesses have been paid by the TRRC to come and testify against others. Do you include that in your book?
Yes, I include my interactions with certain witnesses. how they came to the TRRC and getting them prepared to go and testify. That rumor about us paying witnesses to come and testify, you would have people that would say stuff like that, and I think it's an insult on people's integrity to point at them and say this individual was paid to come and testify. And oftentimes people that say that are just projecting themselves onto those witnesses because they would do anything for money. And so because they would do anything for money, they think everybody else would do anything for money, and that's not really accurate. So, but yes, I do include my interactions and my unit's interactions with the witnesses.
How are dictators created? Is it by default or by design?
Both. But I think mostly by design. Yahya Jammeh, I don't think materialized out of a vacuum. When he started, if you look at his footsteps from day one, how people worshipped him from day one, how we worshipped the AFPRC, and how everybody just succumbed to him and just allowed things that should not have been allowed as a people. So yes, I think it's by design. I don't think he started out that way, but eventually, because he saw he can get away with a lot, he took much more than he was given by the people.
How was the experience for you to write such a book? It must have been very, very hard for you. How was it like for you? Some of it was, there were times where when I'm writing, I get emotional because of my interactions with certain witnesses, and I remember individuals that are no more. Some of these individuals passed away. I had very intimate interactions with, for instance, Amadou Badji, the jungler. We became very close. He passed away not too long ago. May his soul rest in peace. There is another one, Demba Toure, that I interacted with, who reminded me of my own father because of his own life story. And I go into details about my meeting Demba and how he reminded me of my own father, having moved from the upcountry, having moved from the provinces to Banjul and setting up shop in Banjul and so on and so forth. So I've had those emotional moments. I've also had moments of pride because, lo and behold, people think that TRRC had a lot of money. I think some of your QTV staff can tell you. It wasn't like that. I mean, there were instances where we had to dip in our own pockets to make things happen. So when you see people doing that, your colleagues doing stuff like that, going over and beyond and to make things happen, it makes you feel proud. So I had those moments of pride as well as I extrapolated what happened and how they were able to accomplish certain tasks here and there. So different emotions. It was an upheaval of emotions, if you will.
What should we do to make sure, what measures should we take to make sure that never again is maintained?
I think accountability is, for me, from day one, that has been the song that I've been singing from day one. Accountability. Let's hold each other accountable. And accountability doesn't mean that we sit down and say, Mr. Balde killed this person, so go lock him up. Or Mr. Balde did this, so, you know, take his job away from him. I don't think such measures actually help. I think accountability is about having conversations, taking responsibility for our individual actions. Meaning, I sat here, I did this, I could have done this. And, you know, this is the type of situation that is happening today. This is what I need to do about it, such that what happened before would not repeat. So I think the key thing for me is accountability. Now, when we say accountability here in Gambia, and I mean in Africa in general, people think prosecutions. I don't believe in that. I don't think that we should only focus on prosecuting people that did certain things. For instance, the lawyers that wrote the bad laws that allowed the people to go and do whatever. The lawyers that wrote the NIA decrees. The lawyers that, you know, appended the 1970 Constitution. What they did may not be criminal, but it's still not, you know, they allowed a dictatorship. They basically gave free rein to a dictatorship to happen in the country. So how do you hold those people accountable? I think we need to think along those lines as opposed to just saying that these are the junglers, let's go prosecute them and put them in prison. That's not going to solve the problem. Right now, you see what's going on. What has changed? Not much.
Exactly.
I was even going to that, Mr. Sedi Barrow. Do you think that the never again slogan or mantra will be a thing of the past in this country? Do you foresee, as a former research and lead investigator at the TRRC, do you think that Gambia will ever have a commission such as the TRRC again?
I don't rule out anything. Human nature is it always evolves. Societies always evolve, and you know, when people are in power, any challenge to that power depending on the level of that challenge or the strength of that challenge, they would do anything to stay in power. I mean, Yahya Jammeh, a lot of the things that he was doing was also to maintain his chokehold, his power on Gambian people. If there was no challenge to his power whatsoever, like for instance, there were no opposition parties, there was no civil society groups, there was nothing that challenged his power, he probably would not have reason to be imprisoning people, to be killing people, to be doing some of the things that he did. So I think it depends. It depends. Do I foresee a dictatorship materializing in this country if we don't hold each other accountable? Absolutely, I see that happening.
I will ask this in Mandinka about, like, people will say, okay, the dictator is us. Like, many people will think that this is maybe politically motivated. Is there any element of political level?
But you know, molka fonyele ko delafta lola president yalla. Wala ken din kanyim bukol safe, wala ken din bekuol kekan. But no, ntamang interest oto because one ikalo kula I believe tabenna. Ntamang believe ka foko hadama di mo killing. Inyanta ka wo sembe sifa soto over 2 million people. More million fulan infeng hadama din killing wo sembe sifa soto wo bekunna. Ntamang believe wala. Man believe in the political system fanana. So ni man believe kumen nantete dunna wakono. Nyimbuko yes I political male, but because sembo be politician o level. So sembo be many bulu tinyaro buka keno sembo koma. Yetinyaro je dawdan ni sembo do bijere. So nin sembo be meni bulu ite lafta komi wo tinyaro menketa al lafta pour ka al koma fela ka wojube nsi nyin keno nyaade le saje tinyaro menketa no akana ke koteke sembo be meni bulu foy diamu wallahi. So I am hoping mbe jikiring that if anal ba karanale mbe karanje mbe kusotoje.
Yeah, before we go into the book launching, let's talk about the constitution ensuring term limit was a missed opportunity. What is your take?
Well, you know, time limit well, I guess I go back to English. But for me, time limits, these are things, you know, I don't want to expand this conversation beyond the scope that, you know, we limit it to. But these time limits, these are things that we say, but do we really mean them? You look within the opposition parties. I guess they're having their congresses, or some have already had their congresses. What about time limits within the opposition parties, for instance? Should it be that time limit only applies when one is in power, not when one is looking for power? So these things are fluid. Yes, I don't know, I'm not sure Africans or African leaders actually believe in time limits. It's something I think that is maybe shoved down their throats. But once they get into power, I don't think too many of them are interested in leaving power. And I think there are two reasons for that. One is fear. Because once you get into power, you oftentimes in Africa, you become so corrupt. And those around you become so corrupt that you are afraid of leaving power. Because once you leave, then they go after you or they go after people within your circle, as what's happening in Angola with the former president. His daughter now has a red alert. This was the richest woman in Africa. Now she can barely travel because she's afraid of what's going to happen to her. So if she could, she would also stay in power. Or if her father was still in power, that wouldn't happen.
Okay. Janimita, about the book launch, Balde. Just few questions and just few seconds to answer this. It's about the issue of amnesty. TRRC, of course, they granted, they recommended amnesty for certain individuals, but we've seen that the government of the Gambia said that's a no-go area. How do you feel as a TR, former, you know, research and head of research and investigations at the TRRC?
Yeah, so the issue of amnesty is complex. Amanke fentime yala sono yatale because kafumo yamfate ntemu mujomale ti manteli pa imanku ken me yakela imanku ken tala fu yamtela nyanta fole yamfatela o yake mena wala nyanta fole yamfatela. So, and you know, government yung fanang ibe yung TRRC white paper ibe call yung keka nyame komi many be koto ibe walle ibe yamfaka walle many te koto many yalo mbate men la fate walla ibe taka walle no ndengaje nyame
abe wala nyama comme kumba amna ndey kumba amunde yaaje wala nyama
man non la ko gisee ñoo xamne dal amuñ ken ñu daaxa nañ leen liggéey you know ñeneen ñi ñu naan waaw kii am nañ all types of reason lutax kii duñ ko daax o kii duñ ko def dara. And I think that is a problem. You cannot have selective accountability and expect there is going to be a never again. Lolu du mëna dem fen.
Finally, for me, Mr. Saide Barrow, it's the issue of course, the Justice Jammeh era victims. Do you think that under this government, the victims will get the much needed justice under this administration?
Maybe I'm pessimistic, maybe I'm cynical. I doubt it. I don't see it. I don't think they are serious about justice in general.
That's a big one.
Yes, I mean, but it's how I feel. I don't see it. I think maybe it's the external partners that are putting pressure on them. Left to Barrow and his government, I don't see the victims getting justice because I don't think they care. If they cared, they would have held people like Fabakary Tombong Jatta accountable for his deeds, the Sidin Jais, and several other individuals that are close to Adama Barrow himself, who have done things or at least supported what was going on in the Gambia here. So you cannot say that you set up a TRRC because of human rights violations, but the very people that championed those violations are your best friends today, and you tell me you're serious and you want me to believe that. That would be difficult.
All right, thank you. Let's talk
launch.
about the book launching.
Okay.
When are we launching this book? Where?
On the 16th at Ebunjan Theatre. It's supposed to start at 1,500 hours to 1,600 hours thereby. So you are all invited. There will be food. I've been convinced to provide food.
For the Jolas and sales.
Exactly.
By the way, who's the publisher of that book?
It's published by a Gambian publisher called
Can we show that book?
Global
Yeah.
Hands.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll show the book.
So
here.
everything in the book is Gambian, including the cover design was done by Benny E.K. Williamson, Benny Tubap, as they call him. And of course, I wrote it, but a lot of other Gambians reviewed the book for me and helped me edit. Okay. And Global Hands, led by Dr. Momodou Sala and Dr. Cherno Omar Bari, are the ones that published the book. So it's a Gambian book.
How much is it costing?
$1,400, $1,400. We don't have a lot of copies here in the Gambia. It was printed in the UK, and so they had to ship it here into the Gambia to sell it.
Where can one find this?
So currently, it's being sold at the International Open Islamic University, International Open University, something like where Dr. Cherno Omar Bari works. Okay. Yes, that's where you can.
Well, I can see the book capture our way of life. I'm seeing a lot of things here that can be associated with the Gambian way of life.
Yes.
Someone doing attire, praying, you know, we're seeing everything here.
Yes.
So I think it's interesting.
It's quite interesting.
Some of the people doing attire, all these are based on themes. Like if you go into SGBV, there were times where Yahya Jammeh would have women go and he brew attire for him. And, you know, that leads to things that are unbecoming. So somebody sitting here brewing attire also reflects, you know, the aimlessness that's so pervasive in this country, where you have youths sit around and brew attire all day and wait for remittance from overseas. So there you have it.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
coming on this program.
Thank you,
Well,
sir.
interesting. Now, viewers, we'll take a short break. After the break, the program continues. We'll be back.
Thank you.
As the fastest growing GSM, World Cup is here. Enjoy the beautiful game of football with our Samsung Smart TV. Enjoy a massive discount on any Samsung TV purchased. We have sizes ranging from 32 to 85 inches, packed with an ever-evolving variety of content and features. The Samsung Smart TV also provides your favorite video on-demand services such as Netflix, Amazon, YouTube, music streaming services, and even various games and sports content to enjoy as you please. For more information, call us on 333 217, on WhatsApp 350-555, or visit our brand shops at the ground floor of QCell building or at the Bruceby turntable. This promo lasts till 30th December.
To make sure your company's products and services reach your potential customers, it is essential that you choose the right channel for your marketing purposes. QTV has the widest reach locally and beyond, and we can give your business the visibility it needs. Call QTV Marketing on +220 324 4444 or email us at marketing@qtv.gm and take your business to the world. QMoney is back again with its easy-to-use, secure and convenient mobile app that allows you to carry out all your transactions. No matter where you are or what time it is, you can always access your funds. With the new QMoney app, you can cash in and out, buy credit, buy QPower, shop, make payments, and so much more. You can also send QMoney, pay bills, receive international remittances, and transfer cash to others. Just download the app from your Play Store or App Store and get started. For more information, call customer care on 133. Q Money, Sinu Calpe. We innovate, others follow.
Q Money, the biggest mobile money service in the Gambia, has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now, you can link your Q Money wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your Q Money wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using Q Money Bank Link is the fastest, most secure, and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care on 133. Q Money.
This is QTV This Morning. We are back again, and we are almost halfway of the program. If you miss anything discussed here, you can go to our social media handle, or you can follow the repeat of this program at 12 midnight. Now let's talk tourism. Very important.
Yeah.
Tourism diversification resilience project worth $68 million launched.
That's huge.
That's huge amount of money.
Exactly.
I'm not talking about 68 million. I'm talking about $1 million. With my account, I'm okay. And we have Lena Iguiniba. Am I right?
You know, you pronounced it wrongly.
Oh, that's the wrong way. That's the wrong way.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Then I'll maintain the Lena then.
Yes, that's
all
fine.
right, Lena. Please, can you tell us about this? I mean, you were there to attend this launching. How did it go?
Right, brother. Like you guys said, it's a big project indeed. It's a $68 million project, which was given with the support of the World Bank to the Gambia Tourism Board. So this is a huge project that aims to really help the Gambia tourism sector to recover from COVID-19 and all of the restrictions and everything it brought along. Because with COVID, we couldn't have tourists come into the country. You see that, and then it really stopped the tourism sector from thriving. So this is like a recovery plan for the sector to recover, to come better and bigger. So this project aims to help the tourism sector to build back from where it stopped with COVID. So they're going to build structures, they're going to revive tourist sites which were not, especially the Jufre. The minister mentioned that they're going to revive Jufre as well to be, because it's like a major historic place, and they want to revive that so tourists can go and visit, and Gambians can also go and just know about the history in general. And he talked about also the president lifting the COVID-19 restrictions, which really stood out for me. Is COVID really over to lift out those restrictions as well? So he
seems to be over in this country.
Is it? I think it's really, yeah, but then it has been lifted. All of the COVID restrictions have been lifted. And then they also have a gender plan, because we know women face a lot of challenges in the tourism sector, from abuse, from prostitution, a lot of things. So the Minister of Gender and Children Welfare was also very happy that they had a gender plan that was put in place for women, a policy that will really govern women in general.
When will this project roll out, and how many years or months are we talking about here?
It's a 5-year project. Yeah, so it's like a whole 5-year where there will be a whole 5-year of recovery, of rebuilding, and of really putting the Gambia tourism sector out there, because Gambia is known as the smiling coast of West Africa. So really to portray that and to gain more tourists coming into the country to boost the GDP.
We are really known to be the smiling coast of Africa. Are we really smiling? well, did you ask them, I mean, how will they implement this? Because we've seen a lot of launching when it comes to the tourism sector. I mean, this tourism sector received a lot of aid. It received a lot of help from, you know, international partners. But our tourism sector still remains dormant. Did you ask them that?
Well, like you said, is it really smiling? That I don't know. I guess the minister can answer that the best. But then with the implementation period and really implementing, because just launching is easy, and really showing that we are doing this and this and this is easy, but do you really implement, and would you implement, is what matters the most. And then I would say, he talked about they will really implement, they will through the 5 years, they're going to rebuild, like he said, they will revive Jufre. They have a lot of things in plan they want to do. And then
revive as in what sense? Are they going to demolish all the structures there and rebuild it all over again? What are we talking about?
Or are they just
here?
going to paint the place and just tell us they've revived the place?
They're going to rebuild, I guess. They're going to rebuild the whole entire place. And they talked about creating employment for young Gambians who will be working in the sector, and then that is job creation for Gambians as well.
Well, interesting. But I think, Julie, it's important for us to be serious when it comes to the tourism sector.
Exactly.
I mean, in the Gambia, this is our backbone. That's the tourism sector. This is the sector that really matters to us.
Exactly.
So if at all we are not...
After agriculture, it's tourism.
Absolutely. You know,
It
when you look...
20%.
When you look at the income that tourism bring in this country, I mean, it's a lot. But recently, there are many factors that leads to the tourism sector going down. We understand COVID-19 now, the restrictions are lifted. So I think maybe we will be able to get there very soon.
Yeah, I guess they all hope that they will really get there, and they'll be able to portray the Smiling Coast out there, and then the Smiling Coast will really be smiling.
Are we expecting a boost in the tourism sector come January of next year?
Yes, we are, and then I guess you guys should get someone from the tourism board to really come and tell us more about it, because even I am very much interested. Yeah.
Did they talk about the flights that comes into this country every week?
No.
Did they talk about it? You know, who was in attendance?
A lot of ministers were in attendance. The Minister of Works, Human Resources and Environment was also there. Advisors of the President as well. It was a huge event, actually, a very, very huge one. Yeah.
All right, I think that's all from us here.
Yeah.
Or Julia, you have anything to discuss with her, or you still want to keep her on this platform?
No. We better let go of Lena.
We recommend the Minister of Tourism to appoint you as permanent secretary. I think you are good at that. All right, thank you very much for coming on this platform. We'll take a short break. After the break, Sports World. We'll be back.
As the fastest growing GSM company in the Gambia, QCell has the widest 4G plus coverage in the country, 3 times faster internet speed than our competitors. So switch now and dial *335# and enjoy what true 4G feels like. QCell, the Gambia's trusted network.
Medicalia is a high-quality clinic from Europe, which is now in the Gambia. Do you have an eye problem? Do you feel a hearing difficulty? Medicalia is here to ease the pain for you. The first and only hearing aid dispensing facility nationwide, where patients can be tested and treated to recover from their hearing loss. Fitted with latest generation equipment, our doctors can provide healthcare assistance for eyes, ears, nose, and throat. Common diseases like glaucoma or diabetic retinopathy can be diagnosed and followed up for fast and correct treatment. Make your appointment with the eye or ear, nose, and throat ENT specialist today to relieve any pain you might be feeling, as consultants are available daily. Contact us for more information. Visit us at Tropic Shopping Center near Senegambia from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day of the week, or call us on 503-4411 or 7767-123. Medicalia, premium care, personal touch.
World Cup is here. Enjoy the beautiful game of football with our Samsung Smart TV. Enjoy a massive discount on any Samsung TV purchased. We have sizes ranging from 32 to 85 inches, packed with an ever-evolving variety of content and features. The Samsung Smart TV also provides your favorite video on-demand services such as Netflix, Amazon, YouTube, music streaming services, and even various games and sports content to enjoy as you please. For more information, call us on 333-217, on WhatsApp 350-555, or visit our brand shops at the ground floor of QCell building or at the Bruceby turntable. This promo lasts till 30th December.
To make sure your company's products and services reach your potential customers, it is essential that you choose the right channel for your marketing purposes. QTV has the widest reach locally and beyond, and we can give your business the visibility it needs. Call QTV Marketing on +220 324 4444 or email us at marketing@qtv.gm and take your business to the world. QMoney is back again with its easy-to-use, secure and convenient mobile app that allows you to carry out all your transactions. No matter where you are or what time it is, you can always access your funds. With the new QMoney app, you can cash in and out, buy credit, buy QPower, shop, make payments, and so much more. You can also send QMoney, pay bills, receive international remittances, and transfer cash to others. Just download the app from your Play Store or App Store and get started. For more information, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Sinu Kalpe. We innovate, others follow.
Let's go take a look at what's happening in the world of sport. And we have Momodu Gajaga already in the studio with us. Well, Gajaga, good morning. It's good to have you here, brother.
Always a pleasure to be here to talk about sports.
Yeah, so what is happening, man? I mean, yesterday the match was, amazing.
Amazing game. Well, a lot of things to talk about when it comes to Argentina and Croatia. That was the first semi-final of the 2022 World Cup. It was between, well, Luka Modric, if you like, and Lionel Messi. And Messi's magic worked. Again, scintillating performance. It was unbelievable how he performed at this stage and age 35, taking his team, inspiring them to get to the final, yet another final. Well, will Messi redeem himself by winning the World Cup? Because that's the only trophy that has eluded him. He has won everything there to be won in the world of football. He's won the Best Player Award, that's the Ballon d'Or 7 times. And when it comes to club level also, he won the UEFA Champions League with his former club, Barcelona. And when it comes to Argentina also, he won the Copa America. But the World Cup, he was in the final in 2014 against Germany and lost to Germany. But this time again, he has the chance. Will it happen? But when they played against Croatia last night, I thought it was going to be a very tough game. Indeed, it was tough, but let's say midway late in the first half, Argentina scored through Messi from the penalty spot, and Julian Alvarez doubled the score. And then coming the second half, there was a third goal for Argentina. So it was mainly like all Argentina for most part of the game. That is, except the first 25, 30 minutes, it was controlled by this team, that is Croatia, Luka Modric inspired, but unfortunately. Well, there was a debate about the first goal that Argentina scored, the Messi penalty, whether it was a penalty or not. The goalkeeper, was there a contact or no contact, or the goalkeeper just had to come off his line to make sure he saves his team. But in the event, Julian Alvarez was down and it was a penalty. So a penalty taken by Messi and struck inside. So we have one team in the final. The other team we are waiting for, that is between Morocco and France. That happens later today at 7 p.m. Balde.
Wow. Big
It's
game.
going to be for
Big
the first
game.
time an African team in the semi-finals of the World Cup. Africa had been previously in the quarterfinals, but they've gone a step further with Morocco. Beautiful performance. Wow. Solid defending. They've only conceded a single goal, and that goal, in fact, is an own goal against Canada. So throughout the World Cup, they've played about 5 matches. They are yet to concede a goal in open play. So that tells you the whole story about this Moroccan team. They're very disciplined at the back. They're very solid. They are not fearful to any team when it comes to playing against top nations, because they're the ones who knocked out Portugal. They knocked out Spain. Remember that famous penalty shootout. And tonight, they're playing against France, the champions. France are the defending champions. They won the last World Cup, 2018. They have Kylian Mbappe. They have Olivier Giroud. They have so many stars in their side. But Morocco would also fancy their chances, looking at Achraf Hakimi, Hakim Ziyech, and also they have Amrabat, who is a box-to-box midfielder. He runs around the pitch. He has lots of energy. And also Morocco's coach, Walid Regragui has been a fantastic philosopher when it comes to the game of football. So we are looking forward to a tough encounter, but Morocco would fancy their chances, even though France on paper seem to be better, but football is not played on paper.
Absolutely.
It's played on the pitch.
Well, I mean, it's like, I mean, this time is Africa's time. Well, if Morocco gets to this semi-final already and is walking towards final.
Final, yes.
Well, we are suspecting something might happen for Africa.
Yes, something huge might happen. So most of the Africans are rallying behind Morocco. They think they can do it. They've come so far and very close, and I think they can nick it. But guess they're playing France, so anything can happen. Well, it has got to a point where it's make it or break it. You win, you progress to the next stage. You lose, you drop and play in the third and fourth place playoff.
Exactly.
If you like.
Well, interesting match today, Julde. I hope you're ready to
I am. I'm not a sports fan, but tonight I will definitely watch that game. What is Africa expecting like from the, and what does this really mean for Africans, tonight's game?
It means great. It means Africa's football is going to be respected more globally. Previously, Europe has 13 slots in the World Cup. Can you imagine? Africa only 5, with South America. So Morocco's performance reaching the semi-final would give Africa that respect, that huge boost as far as African football is concerned.
To regain its lost glory?
Yes, exactly. So looking at Morocco's performance, in fact, for the next World Cup, Africa is going to have 9 automatic spots in the World Cup because the number of teams are going to be increased in the 2026 World Cup. So obviously Morocco's performance has really given Africa that spot, that recognition, and how good African football is.
Well, I mean, it's like the GOAT himself. I mean, he is only left with carrying the World Cup. I mean, that's Messi.
So when you talk about the GOAT, who do you mean here?
That's Messi.
You're talking about Messi?
Yes.
He's not some people's GOAT. Well, I had an argument with one of my bosses who said, when it comes to football, there is nobody who is better than Maradona. But yes, our generation, we say Messi is the GOAT.
Messi is the GOAT.
For others, Cristiano Ronaldo is the GOAT. The debate will continue. But if he wins the World Cup, I think for most people, it's going to be case closed. The debate is going to be over. But I am saying that it's still not going to be over because you and I would choose who our GOAT is when it comes to football. That's the greatest footballer of all times.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Gajaga, is that all we have today, or do we have any other thing?
Well, that's it from me. We're looking forward to
We'll be
Morocco,
back here tomorrow
France.
Again.
Yes, back here tomorrow again to talk
to
about
see what will happen.
What the result is going to be.
Looking
That's
forward
Morocco
to
and
a
France.
great final.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for coming on this platform and updating us on Sports World. And now we'll take a short break. After the break, then the click segment with Churchill Balde. We'll be back.
The biggest mobile money service in the Gambia has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now, you can link your QMoney wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your QMoney wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using QMoney Bank Link is the fastest, most secure, and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care on 133. QMoney, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
As the fastest growing GSM company in the Gambia, QCell has the widest 4G plus coverage in the country, 3 times faster internet speed than our competitors. So switch now and dial *335# and enjoy what true 4G feels like. QCell, Gambia's trusted network.
Medicalia is a high-quality clinic from Europe, which is now in the Gambia. Do you have an eye problem? Do you feel a hearing difficulty? Medicalia is here to ease the pain for you. The first and only hearing aid dispensing facility nationwide, where patients can be tested and treated to recover from their hearing loss. Fitted with latest generation equipment, our doctors can provide healthcare assistance for eyes, ears, nose, and throat. common diseases like glaucoma or diabetic retinopathy can be diagnosed and followed up for fast and correct treatment. Make your appointment with the eye or ear, nose, and throat ENT specialist today to relieve any pain you might be feeling, as consultants are available daily. Contact us for more information. Visit us at Tropic Shopping Center near Senegambia from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day of the week, or call us on 503-4411 or 7767-123. Medicalia, premium care, personal touch.
Your favorite QCell service has gotten bigger. eFunkanta. Now you can loan bigger credit amounts to make life easier for you. Loan $75 and $100 and pay later. Yes, you heard me right. Get credit loan from $10 to $100 using eFunkanta by dialing *393#. Anytime you run out of credit, whether you want to buy Q-Power, browse the internet, make urgent calls, or send SMS. eFunkanta is the service for you. Dial *393# and choose the loan amount of your choice with no hassle. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus, the pioneers of mobile loan service in the Gambia. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Yes, we are back. And Julia now will take a look at the click segment.
With Churchill's Balde.
With Churchill Balde, my brother.
Yo, man.
Wagwan, dribble.
Man of the moment.
Yena ngi bugan bokanize affaire yi de.
Yes.
Mom, he's my blood.
Yeah, man.
You yeglo lulu na?
No, yeg na.
No, why blood be more like di dawdi?
Deret bila.
Wow, respect.
My brother. Anyways, greetings from wherever you're watching us from. It's your boy Churchill Balde, giving you all the juice on the click segment. On today's episode, I have a rising superstar as far as dancehall music is concerned. Someone who hasn't allowed his physical being to stop him from chasing his dream. A go-getter, a dream chaser. I have with me Lux Mill.
Yeah.
What's happening, brother?
Good, man.
You good?
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good to see you, man.
Nice. So I'll allow
Yes,
you
sir.
to greet your fans. And then
Yeah, for sure, man.
Nice.
Well, he already know, he has already said it, you know. This is Lux Mill, all the way from Manjai. He's in. I'm just from Manjai, but I'm representing the whole Gambia.
That's
you understand? And I'm from a hood called Last Light Zone. That's out to the brothers. We have Rhyme J, Prince ML, and Painboy. Good to see them all. Good to be here. Thank you all for having me. It's a pleasure.
Luma nezi dancehall artists ñom ñoo gëna danga comme all the genres. All the genres dancehall artists, you have dancehall artists and rappers.
Yeah.
Ñi ñoo gëna danga.
No, that's the genre of dancehall.
That's the nature of.
It's about not really war, but it's about musical war, about hype, about sting. So if you're doing dancehall, you must be able to have this charisma, you know?
Right.
For real. Yeah.
Nice. So but interview bi dama la ñëka attack wagum. I'll first of all attack you. Dama la attack wagum.
Are you up like gay? Are you up like gay?
So what on the street, yeah?
Yeah, man.
What on the street?
Yeah.
Dancehall dafa day.
Yeah.
Gambian music. There's no one bearing the flag. No one to take us to a whole new level. Because man, from a personal point of view, man, I don't see waves as far as dancehall is concerned.
Yeah.
Silky Chris more than try mudam basic kanam can dig out to go. A2 was doing good. After mudam basic digga mo feel ne how am I over to the Afro?
Yeah.
Now he's doing that Afrofusion and it's working for them. So see man, it's like dancehall is not making waves. So what's your point when it comes to dancehall in the Gambia?
Well, music, they evolve. How many understand?
Yeah.
Music evolves.
Right.
So when A2 blended Afro, he was kind of leaving dancehall, but he was doing what is really marketable.
Okay.
Understand?
Right.
Let's say 2009, the way Vybz Kartel and Movado was doing dancehall, this dancehall artist from Jamaica,
right.
And now the way dancehall is really going is totally different.
Yeah.
Understand? You see another vibe. That's one thing. It has evolved. So perhaps A2 is aware of that, and then we decide to update Bopam, and then, you know what I mean, reach to the expectations of the world. That's one. And secondly is that, to me, if dancehall was dead, when I'm telling the dancehall fans to cry no more, because I'm coming.
Hey.
I'm here. and I'm doing it. They know already. I mean, that's why I'm here. I came with that old dancehall style and try to, I mean, fashion it a little bit to make sure it match this generation, and then we push it forward. So that's me, basically. That's my mission.
So, so in a nutshell, it's like dancehall is about to be resurrected.
It's about to go down. Get it down, bro. It's about to go down, man.
So it's like dancehall come revive.
Inshallah, but they already know, man.
Wow, guys, no,
they know already.
Mashallah, everybody knows who you are.
Yeah, mashallah. Thank you, bro.
So, young challenges gonna get face when it comes to music in general.
You know, music is just a thing of its own. Understand? When it comes to promotion-wise, it's a problem because Gambia put more focus on these big guns. Understand?
Yeah.
Than the young ones rising up.
Right.
Because I mean, to me, which is even a little bit senseless to me. Like no, Nini Hamnen already. So any support you're giving them is just like
it's a bonus.
You know, it's just like putting more charcoal to the fire. Understand? So, but they don't. They give a little concentration to the young rising ones, which is really a problem. So they make sure see all their focus, all the respect, all the love, the passion. You know what I mean? It's all given to these big guns and these big artists. Your upcoming B or rising star be so new, it's just like a whole different thing for you.
Then they advocate Lulu's on your platform because some of your interviews and you are like, these promoters are a problem.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's a problem, you know.
So let them know this thing so that your fans can know the dimension again. You know.
Yeah, so that is it. Sometimes when we go to shows, before, like when we were on shows, man personally, I don't know about other rising stars, but man personally, I've gained that respect and that love and But still, I will speak for the young ones, you know, for the voiceless people out there. It's always hard. So in the shows, perform for them to put them up there on the platforms is a problem. You link up a promoter to promote your stuff, it's a problem. Financial. Music is expensive, you already know. I mean, sometimes they charge you 10K, 12K for being a project. Understand? Right. So I would like to appeal to people that are watching and that feel like they can help these youths, because talent be mover, not only for me, but for these people I'm saying, this specific group of people. Talent bomb for, but support being for. They want to do it, they can't do it. There's no financial support and all this promotion stuff. Yeah.
So man, Babere, luma bugona leral tamit si interview is based on my personal opinion or maluma observe. When it comes to dancehall in this country, I feel you try to take the Jamaican style. Like, I'm not Gambian style. So in Ghana, Ghanaians are doing dancehall. There's a Ghanaian style of doing dancehall. Nigerians too, same. Understand? Because all they say, they are not doing well. They are doing very well.
Very well. Yeah,
because they am saying own style. So man, I'm feeling come amulen neklo the shoes in own style when it comes to dancehall. No more than you neklo the feel. Because man, balama talk man dama deglu this artist. Dama jo a Jamaican style. Jamaican
That's right.
Wow. So I don't know what you think about that.
That's right. Well, that is really true. Lolu degala. Motax manela etu sila update, sila evolve, modem to a way bo xamne dina mëna def own style am ak own thing am. Lolu mom man suma bopa I was going to talk about that. It has really been a problem here in the Gambia. Understand? It's like copy and paste. Understand? So instead of going for that, you rather go for the original thing. Understand? But like this project I'm going to bring here, inshallah, we'll see. I don't want to say a lot of things and then I'm not moving.
No,
this is just like why no problem, but
if you have a beat, please play a beat for him. We want to see come stay album because you know really who and singing I
would like us to talk about something very important. He is a youth and he is trying. Why? Because of your condition. Namabuga ham nakalala society be naked hall. Because some people, when a person is physically challenged,
discrimination,
then they buga jelolu as an advantage. There is something that I believe: to be disabled doesn't mean you are unable. You should be able. Because me sitting here looking at you, you made a lot of sense. Many people came on this platform. All they speak is bunkum. You understand? But you are really making sense here. Sometimes it's not how you appear, but what is inside you. That is more important. You know, so I think you are doing very good. Just keep it up and push it. You know, and we are calling on everybody to support. I mean, someone wants to do something. You know, you would have taken another way.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is what you want to do, and we respect you for that. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
So speaking about that, that you have been discriminated by your peers when it comes to non-credential game bisi.
Yeah, I mean, not with the people I'm sharing the game with, but with the society itself, with the environments, you know, with the mist at large.
Okay.
Understand? So first when I started music, it was like, hey, saya mom tay artist lah deh, tay mom, you know what I mean? That type of, you know, underestimation and stuff like that. That's just Gambians. When you are known for this and just come from nowhere and want to do something else, it's always a misunderstanding. Then they feel, okay, key. Like I don't know if you understand. So at some point, like even the people I was living with, at some point when I see them, when I say hi, you know, even to say hello was a problem, kind of, because they kind of isolated me and stuff like that. But man, dafa am luma gom always. I am me, and I shall always be me. Luma muna change. I will always be me.
Definitely.
Understand?
That is accepting the reality.
Yeah. I've already introduced. I was like, he's a guy that refused his physical being to determine who he truly is.
Yeah. So it has always been me. Like, okay, this is me, and li heona. I just have to accept the fact and just move on. No, and with music, I realized that it was my way. Yeah. So if I didn't believe myself, I wouldn't have been here today.
Society, you know, you feel like you victimized. You feel sorry for yourself to an extent that they confine you in one corner. If you allow that to put you on one corner.
That's sad.
And you did mention about something very, very important, which is moving the Gambian, the dancehall music to the next level. I was wondering, how do you intend to do that? Like, who are behind you?
You know, I'm a reason. Understand? So I have a reason why I choose dancehall music, one. And I have a reason itself why I'm doing music. And the reason behind that is, yes, everybody want to search for greener pasture. I want to take care of myself, take care of my mommy, you know, help people that I can. But apart from that, I mean, empowerment, inspiration is also one of the reasons why I ventured into the music business. Understand? Because Mother maybe realized, okay, people like me are just very voiceless. Some are even jobless. They don't employ them. People are just seated in a corner. They can't do anything, stuff like that. I was like, no. Okay, then I realized I had these musical skills and stuff like that. Then I realized I could just come on stage, you know, just say this out, sing music, sing songs. Although sometimes they might not be talking about disability or whatever, but I mean, seeing me on stage alone, dressing up, having the mic, blazing it up is an inspiration.
I mean, it's another way. I mean, seeing something different, seeing a different way of performing.
That's what it is.
Every person, you are beautiful on your
own way. So like, how about, are you gaining any finances in the music?
Yes, months ago was not like that. Was like, if you have a show, you call me, I just come and pull up, because by then we were looking for this hype and this stuff to make sure we got the recommendation and the recognition. But now that we got it, we still go to some shows without being paid. But most times, you must put something on the table at least, because talent is very expensive, you understand? And secondly is what I'm also, you know, using to live and then support myself. And if you see this drip, it's all about that money.
So I think he has a video, so we look at the video.
Wow, we look at what Laxmith is all about, and we'll be right back.
Yeah.
In the place, man, a soldier. Them feel me lyrically, I me never sober. So anyway, me step before me a murder. What a this a heard and no boy can run with me now. Transformer, electrical performance. Man, I will know anytime me that one day. Yo. Hold on there. Hold on, say now. Hold on, pull up. Take it easy, you know. This is not just anybody on stage. Hold on. Yo, I want to talk to the young people, them. You know me? You remember me from Q City and any other the place. So turn on the light on them there. Turn on the light on them there. If you want to make it 2022, 2023, turn on the light on them there. Lego, DJ Marcus, pick up yourself still, you know. Come on again. Come on again with the mad collabo. You ready now? Hey, are you ready now? Make you come forward. You come and talk to them. Make me come and talk to them. Yeah. Pick up what Steve is still, you know.
Yeah, so we're back again, Churchill.
This is not just anybody on stage.
Yeah.
That is my favorite line.
Yeah. It's somebody though.
Yeah, someone that has a voice.
Yeah.
So we're almost heading to the end of the show. So I'll allow you to tell us what we'll be expecting from you.
We are out of time.
Yeah, and
they are cutting us off air now. Let's do it quickly.
Yeah, well, thank you all for having me again. From there, I would like to tell the people what is really coming up. And that is the project, my project, the project I've been working on for so many months. It's an EP. The title of the EP is Living Legend. And the main focus of it is to inspire and empower people of my kind. And inshallah, we are looking forward to next year. Inshallah, hidna nenko launch. Sobe yalla, Manjai Park. We go in there straight, let's get it out. We don't know the amount of tracks we have in for now, because we have a whole bunch of package on the song. So how many exactly, but let's see what will happen.
All right, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Yes, Churchill.
All right, over to you, my brother. That's all I have for you on the Click segment. Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you very much, viewers. This is all we have for you in this edition. Julde.
Till tomorrow.
Until tomorrow, bye-bye.